Dear my watching Righteous Soul TV, I'm trying to talking on my philosophical independent from family relationship. Completion me through pre-livings, because my living is 61 years old. Yes, I retired from first my job. I have worked for 30 years, my first job as public officer. I got married on my age 31 years old. So I lived as got married, as a married man, probably maybe 31 years old about. So my first job is end, but still my family relationship is still going. Our families are 61 years me and 56 years old wife and 30 years old son, 24 years old of daughters. I believe that all of personals, their best for their livings, their growings. I believe that I paced on that while I was working at first jobs. If I do first job missions, my affairs, then that is very important to me. So whole just work for my job, for getting money for help families, economical problem solvings. So that I have been thought that I have done well. This is my personal opinions. This is my personal strong issue. But actually, surprisingly, my members of families refused my success personal livings. Daughter, sons, wife, all reject me. They all aggressed me. They say, father of husband, you are wrong. Surprisingly, I felt giddy. I'm Richard, 61 years old. If I keep the family networks, father or husband relationships, then I am their slaves. So strongly arguing on myself. Philosophical independent from family relationships. As possible as I can live on myself personally. But truly impossible, strongly, breaking with relationships, because blood connections, and with my wife is loving connections. So they are very important to me. Truly, I imagine, I respect that futures my condition getting older. There is no powers, some losing my intelligence. I can't control myself. It must be, imagine that they threaten me or they did not threaten me. Because if I feeling that is, they threaten me, then is blood networking. But even though they argue that I'm wrong, father and husband, so they must be make hard relationship. If then I must be independent from, philosophically independent from family relationships, I have to do living by myself, because I have been lived for 30 years as my first jobs. I did my best. I didn't wrong any behaviors, because my incomes, side incomes, overtime job incomes, I shared all the poor persons, troubling persons, hard living persons. Furthermore, I wrote books, about 60 books. I did my best within 60 years old. But my family aggressively, just make me just like a loser or failures. I think in myself is success in my life, but my family pushing me, you are failures. It is very strange things. They argue me. 3. They are threatening me failure. Father failures, husband failures. Then, if our living is a failures, truly I'm not against it, because my personal life is so valuable. 61 years old me is now beginnings. We have in our regions has a good speakings. The life is beginning from 6 years old. So I'm just out of all just responsibilities, family's growing. So I'm free from family supportings. True, this is my really for myself, for my life. True livings, true free livings. Furthermore, personally, completion me. Here is completion is, it must be, I was living at righteous soul living places. And now, righteous soul living place is micro concept worlds. But now I can see body all by eye watching macro concept world. It is essentially, very urgently, I must be completions, the mission from micro concept worlds. Micro concept world's mission is, it must be, as cause of inside silence clinical of creational knowledges, as they get creational knowledge increasing to limitless. Furthermore, righteous living energy. That is why blessing energies to be limitless. I am just urgent. If I do not independent from philosophical independent from the family, then I must be pushed from them, because they are growing powerfully, young. I'm getting older. So, presumably as possible as I can, philosophical independence required. Because even I did the best in the past, but my member families are pushing me as failures. This is conflicting from me and my family. I can't persuade them. No, 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 no. I am success in my life, even though they do not believe in me. Because their attitude toward me is getting some whatever is some good position getting. They expecting me from me, losing my powers, and they all just control of my assets and my spiritually powerful decisioning and considering also. They think as me as old man. They are treating me very easily. They are treating me bad. Just young 24 years old daughters, 30 years old sons, 56 years old of a wife. They are combining to one group. I am a singly one group. They are stronger, younger, and wealthier. And my whole work rewards, my all making money, just entrusted to my wife. So that I have no money, truly. All my money, all family money is the wife. But wife is not loyalty to me. Wife is loyalty to her sons. Then, how to hide philosophical independent from family relationships? This is very hard. But I believe that on our regions, good speaking, the life is from 60 years old. I believe that. I have to completion of my missions. I have to living truthful livings. Until now, after retired, I felt responsibilities as a family leaders. But they are rejecting my family leaderships. So then, I don't have to family leaders. Rather, still keep living my personality. My personality is very important because it is very really valuable. I'll keep writings. I'll keep just YouTube behaviors. Strongly, I will push up. Philosophical independent from family relationship is very important. Philosophical, spiritually independent from family. Even living is, there is any change, but my mental soul place is all changed from before. I have to livings on my completions, on my true pre-livings. How to do? It requires me to meditations. It requires me reading the books. It requires me, just silence and creation of knowledge. And impossible working is, I have no doubt I can impossible to treat others' attitude changes. They're arguing. They keep going on their ways. Here is all of living persons, personalism, capitalism. So personalism, capitalism is their living, their personal living is responsibilities on their ways. So they do not expect me to enter into their affairs. as far as my wife, my son, my daughter say. So then, I have two considerations deep reaching me. This is urgent. This is do not harm from others. As our livings, I think in our living places, freedoms, personal freedom is very wide and deep, but personal responsibility is shallow. The most people's do harm from others. So most people try to distance from others' behaviors. I got a nose recently. It is really sorrowful and poor living me. We are now situations so that all is personalism, capitalisms, all other people's freedom is expanded, but responsibility shallows. All relationship is broken. All of people's each other's segregate from that. So I gotta know that unify and memberships, but it is impossible. So I got to choose philosophical independent from family relationships, philosophical independent, philosophical independent personals. This is my attitude for my complex me through pre-living me, because my age is 61 years old. Righteous TV watchers, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that all of 61 years old, some beginning to old persons, maybe your philosophical independence is general. As that I can adopt this philosophical independence. If a strong 20, 23, 30, 56 years old strong youngest opened me then, anyhow, sorrowfully, it does. But inside my souls, my spiritual, the philosophical independence is strong, I will not tumbling down by their pushing me. I have to clear strongly, mentally. This is very urgent. From now on, I will live in philosophical independent persons. This is really, I have been lived for 3 years after retires. I got a conclusion on hard time we stand. Really hard time we stand. Why they treat me as a failure of work persons? No, I'm success. But if I success then to my parents, I'm success. It is impossible. So I philosophical independent. This is my declared. And inside me, righteous living me, true living me. I'll do my best on my independent livings. From now on, even I just 30 years old livings monies share the family. But now, from 61 years old income, living for myself, in independent livings. This is image. This is immediately, independent promoters. I don't mind their behaviors. So others are getting alcoholic. Others, they're getting job failures. I don't mind. Personalism. Philosophical independence is as I living naturally from source, righteous source. It must be any damage from the family relationships strong attacking me. This is my argue. This is my truly important righteous on me. Keep secure from wicked soul of strong powers. I have the strong living, righteous living. Thank you very much.